At the house, we always had 2 dogs. It's kind of the rule. We don't plan to, but we always had to. I miss them when I'm on the road. My latest obsession is the doodle. We don't own a doodle, but I love doodles.
They're stupid.
Yeah, they're stupid. They're not nice to doodles. They're not all stupid. I love doodles. I'm obsessed. I was in Burlington, Vermont, and I saw a lady with a doodle. And I was like, what kind of doodle is that? Is that a Bernie doodle? Is that a Shiba doodle? Is that a golden doodle? Is that a poodle doodle? A poodle doodle is when a poodle fucks itself. She's like, oh my God, Chloe, get in the Subaru. This man's gonna eat you. I don't want to eat a doodle, lady. I just want to pet your doodle. I love doodles. Out in LA, doodles are super popular. They're like the fucking Teslas of dogs. Everybody has a doodle. I have a Bernese Mountain Dog. Yes. And I lost her. I lost one last year at Christmas. Right before Christmas, my 9-year-old passed away. And it was brutal. And like I mentioned, my mother-in-law is a saint. My mother-in-law is one of my favorite humans. She knew I was sad. And she didn't want to have sad Sasquatch for Christmas. So she got me a puppy. So I got a Bernese Mountain Dog puppy last Christmas. What that means now is I have a year-old dog that is 5 feet long, 3.5 feet tall, weighs 100 pounds, and is stupid. Doodles aren't stupid. My dog is stupid. It's like having a furry velociraptor run through your fucking house all day long. The highs and lows, you guys, of where I'm like, oh my God, you're the cutest little thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face. That's it. Why would you eat that? That's a guitar. It was owned by Slash. What is wrong with you? True story. If my roommate ate my guitar and threw my Jordans in the pool, I would fucking murder him. And she did that, and I'm like, you're adorable. Who gets belly rubs? You do. We always had 2 dogs. It's all kind of the thing, and one becomes mine, and one becomes my wife's. We never planned that. We had 2 Bassets for a while, and the female Basset was my wife's. The male Basset connected with me. His name was Ernie. He's a badass. Ernie lived to be 16.
Wow.
But that last year, he couldn't see, he couldn't hear. So he would just walk through the house farting and then get mad at himself. He just walked through and go, I do the same thing. I'm always mad, like, who farted on my back? My wife's like, there's no one else in the room.
Yeah, thank you.
He once walked into my room just to fart. He came in, he winked at me and just farted. The dog just winked at me. We always had 2, and it's kind of, one becomes mine, one becomes my wife's. Mavis, the other Bernese that passed, she was my best friend, she was my pal. Willie's my new Bernese, she's my pal. My wife has a dog. Fuckface shit pants. It's not its real name. I forget what she calls it, but I call it fuckface shit pants because fuckface shit pants likes to climb up on tables and eat whatever food's left over. And as a person with weight issues, I find that amusing. Steal my food, fuckface shit pants. If that's your real name. My wife has the audacity to make fun of my dog. She called my dog the mistress. Mavis was the mistress. And so I was traveling last year, and I came home, I thought everything was cool. And out of nowhere, my wife goes, about 6 hours later, she goes, hey, you realize when you came home today, you hugged the mistress first. Had to think about it. I was like, yeah, she ran at me. You stood at the top of the driveway with your arms crossed. Be proactive, I guess. Race a dog down the driveway and do a little flip at the end. For my love. My wife and I get along incredibly well. We've been together. We've been a couple for 27 years and married for 20. We almost lost each other last year. is a hard story to tell, but we had a terrible, terrible car accident last year. We live in Los Angeles. We're driving on the LA freeway. If you've never been, don't recommend it. Take the surface streets if possible. We have 2 cars at the house. My wife drives the sexy car. I drive the safe car. I drive the Honda Odyssey minivan.
Woo! Yeah.
Right? Because I'm metal as fuck. My kid at private school cranking Sepultura like, get in the thing. So we're driving down the freeway, taking my son and my best friend and my wife to go see the movie The Big Lebowski on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my son's favorite movie. Has never seen it on the big screen. Still hasn't. Spoiler. So we're cruising down the freeway going around 70 miles an hour with traffic, heading to the theater. And I got Sirius XM on. Love Sirius XM. It's playing Guitar Hero channel. Jeff Beck is finishing up. Jeff Beck's an amazing guitar player. My favorite guitar player starts, Edward Van Halen.
Yeah.
Love Van Halen. But it's my least favorite Van Halen song. It's Why Can't This Be Love? From the Sammy Hagar era of Van Halen. And I'm old, I don't recognize that era of Van Halen. I'm like, why can't this be David Lee Roth? Fair question. Don't get the chance to fuck with the stereo, because everybody in front of me starts to brake. So that's my indication to brake. According to California Highway Patrol, the woman who hit us from behind never even applied her brakes. She hit us at fucking 75 miles an hour full speed.
Damn.
Looking at her phone or whatever, just hit us blam. It was the loudest, craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And I've seen Motorhead on acid twice. 2 nights in a row in Oakland, saw Motorhead dosing hard. I thought Lemmy was gonna eat me. This was scarier than that. It was so fast. It was just blam. We're instantly on our roof, scooting across the freeway.
Oh,
just
shit.
within seconds. Blam. I don't know if you've ever been on your roof, but fucking nothing works. Like the steering wheel. It's almost like the car isn't attached to the road anymore. So we're cruising on our roof. Instantly, my wife loses it. She's like, oh my God, we're gonna die. I'm like, probably. You're the smart one. You're usually right about this sort of thing. My son turned 14 last year. We just let him start cursing at 14. So he went, He's like, fuck. I'm like, totally, dude, totally. Sammy Hagar, no help at all. He's like, why can't this be love? I'm like, fuck you, dude. Now I'm like, man, I'm bummed. I'm like, am I gonna die while my least favorite Van Halen song is playing? Holy shit, like I'm a music snob. I want to hear good Van Halen. I flash back to when I was a kid, the first time I almost died while Van Halen was playing. True story. 1984, the cassette came out that year, 1984. I was listening to it, had Hot for Teacher playing in my mom's car.
Yeah.
Good Van Halen.
Yeah.
Edward's ripping it. I'm cruising down this old road. I grew up in Sonoma. Whiny, windy day, or it was a windy day, rainy day, whiny road. And this dude is hydroplaning off this bridge coming towards me in an old Dodge. And he's taking up both lanes. And he's coming at me 60-something miles an hour. At that time, I'd only been driving a year. So I was like, fuck, what would my driver's ed teacher do? Nothing, I got nothing. He did not prepare me for this moment in any way. Dukes of Hazzard, on the other hand, did. At that point in my life, I had clocked over 200 hours of Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't know that car was problematic. I didn't know what problematic meant. So I just thought that car was kick-ass. And I was like, what would people do? Just fucking pray and go off the road. So that's what I did. I just spun the wheel, went off the road, just as the car goes sliding by me and the song ends. And David Lee Roth goes, oh my God. Indeed, Dave, indeed. That was sketchy as shit. Flash forward to now. My wife was like, we're gonna die. My son was like, fuck. Sam was like, why can't it be love? I'm thinking about all the horror movie deaths that I've seen. You know, I'm a huge horror movie fan, so this is going to end terribly for me. There's a Final Destination death waiting for me. Like the car's going to come to a stop, a fucking tractor tire on fire is going to hit me, or I'm going to run across the freeway holding my own head while it screams at me. It's going to be bad. Sammy, that song starts shitty, gets shittier. For some reason, Sammy Hagar starts scatting at the end of that song. He starts going, what the fuck, dude? You've got the best guitar player, arguably, in the world sitting next to him in the booth. If he didn't have lyrics that day, all he had to do was go, Edward, I got nothing. Riff for 2 minutes. Edward would have gladly taken it away. Instead, he goes, man, I'll just make mouth noises for 2 minutes. It's off Posehn for 30 years. Fuck you, dude. Now I want to die while Van Halen is playing. Take me out now. Finally, somebody's listening to me. Because we come to a stop, we go off the freeway. We go off this embankment. And it could have been a 20-foot embankment, or it could have been a 100-foot drop onto some dude's apartment complex, and we don't know what's happening. My wife's really losing it. We finally come to a stop. Upside down, in a tree. I swear to God, in the parking lot of an insurance company.
Nice.
Not my insurance company, that would have been too random. Like I just popped out and go, take care of it. Or it's a farmer's ad and J. Jonah Jameson walks out, people wind up in trees. Come to me in my car going, fuck. So we find out then that our car talked. I didn't know we had the talking car. I don't remember paying for the talking car option. I hate buying cars, because anytime you buy a car, like the dude you liked says goodbye to you, that sold you the car, and now a dude you just met takes you into his office and shuts the door, and then it starts to get menacing. And then he's like, hey, $20,000 for the window package, and you're like, it doesn't come with windows? And he's like, don't worry about it. And you pee your pants and you wind up asleep in your car, and what just happened? So I had no idea I had the talking car option. My car goes, hello, this is Honda. And I was like, what a weird thing for God to say. Clearly, we're fucking dead. God's fucking with me one last time. Let's see if we can shake Posehn. My son is losing it. My son's like, what the fuck, Dad? I'm like, I don't know, dude, ask Honda. That's all the answers. Honda fuck with me. Honda goes, sir, do you know where you are? And I go, dude, I have no idea. And they go, well, we do. We've already dispatched paramedics. I'm like, cool, lead with that. Like, why do you gotta be a dick, Honda? Why are you withholding information on purpose, Honda? I thought we were friends, Honda. Honda fuck with me again. Honda goes, sir, do you see any fire? And I go, fire? Where's there fire? He's like, calm down. Can you get out of your vehicle? As soon as he brought up the idea of getting out of my vehicle, my son was already out of our vehicle. Shooting down a tree, waiting in the parking lot, going, get out, Dad! So I try to get out. My wife gets out, my buddy gets out. I'm still hanging upside down like a bat. I release my seatbelt. Now I'm on the roof, bottom of my car, decided to venture bullshit. Got shit in the way. All the seats are in the way. I weigh 400 pounds. So I'm like, I'm just gonna lay here. I was already winded. I'm just gonna let the dude cut me out. It's LA, so they'll be attractive and diverse. Some Filipino angel's gonna cut me out of the car. My son's like, Dad, get the fuck out of the car. So I shimmy out. I get out. As soon as I get out of the car, Highway Patrol's there. And Highway Patrol says this to me, sir, you should be dead. I'm like, dude, you're terrible at this. Work on your roadside manner. Hold our handle a little bit, or just shoot us because you guys love that shit so much.
Oh my God.
Blam, 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 they didn't make it. They were born,
Dude.
So, paramedic comes over, and sure enough, Beautiful man. He was really handsome. He was taking care of me. It looked like a calendar exploded. All these hot guys were running around. One CHP dude looked like me. He's like, man, I didn't make the calendar. Guy's taking care of me, paramedic, and he goes, sir, your blood pressure is very high. And I'm like, no shit. Look at me. You should have seen it this morning when I couldn't find my pipe for 2 minutes. Through the fucking roof. So he's like, do you need to go to the hospital? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And this is my favorite part of the story. We were all okay. 5 cars were totaled that evening. And we all walked away. All of us walked away. Like, yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Oh, it's crazy. I still would tell the story, like if 6 people died, like, Brandon, not their story, but anyway. When something like that happens, no matter what your belief system is, you get in your head, like whatever you believe in, you're like, well, who saved me? What saved me? Why am I still here, And my wife comes over and goes, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I think so, but I couldn't see. My glasses were in a tree. My phone was in the engine. It's insane. My son, by the way, swear to God, walking around the empty parking lot just going, fuck! The whole time. The highway patrol was like, what is wrong with that kid? So my wife's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And then she goes, can you go to Tacoma tomorrow? I do this on the weekends. And she's like, you gotta go to Tacoma. Can you go to Tacoma? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I know it's a weird thought. And then I'm like, maybe that's why I'm still here. I need to go to Tacoma tomorrow. Honda's like, this dude needs to go to Timonium right after the election and talk about his balls to a bunch of nice Maryland people.
Yeah.
Praise Honda, I guess. Thanks, Honda. That story, man, so that since then, and that really happened, and we're like freaking out. We still have I never want to co-opt the word PTSD from anybody who gets it seriously, but that's what I'm like. I can't go on the freeway now. We all freak out. My wife freaks out. My son freaks out. It's completely ruined Van Halen for us. My son and I were recently driving on the freeway just the other day, and we were cruising. Fucking Beautiful Girls comes on, classic Van Halen 2.
Yeah.
And right away, my son's like, Dad, get off the freeway. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much, man.